Are you looking for games that will make you pee your pants this Halloween? Well, I have the list for you. There are so many people making horror games, and it seems like everybody just has their eye on the mainstream ones, and there are plenty of indie developers that make super terrifying horror games. So I'm going to be listing off some that aren't as popular, but they are probably more horrifying than the ones that you see all the time. The first game that I have on my list is Parasocial. You play as a VTuber who goes by the name of Senra Nina, making a living by streaming games. You live in an apartment by yourself, but you have your best friend, Asuka, who comes to visit you. So you're not too lonely, until one day, after completing a game sent by a viewer, your face is suddenly revealed. But then things start getting very uncomfortable, as a hooded stalker starts hunting down Nina and sending her more games to play, or else. This game gives off that retro feel that makes it even more scary to play, and this has loads of jump scares to keep you on your toes. This game is really good and I highly recommend it. CannibL Abduction starts with the character Henry driving through the highway when the car engine suddenly stops running. An old man driving a pickup truck drives by and offers to help Henry, which he accepts. They drive to the old man's farm, and the old man asks Henry if he could fix an old wardrobe in their house while he repairs his car. Henry accepts the deal, and the old man takes him inside. Henry gets to work, unaware he's been locked in the room. Hours later, Henry is almost done, but because it is dark in the room and the lights aren't working, he goes to ask the old man for some light source, and to his surprise, the door is locked. He unlocks the door using a clip from his toolbox and searches the dark, empty house, but not long after, the cannibal killer attacks Henry. Because you never know where this guy is, you're just going around trying to get out. This is another game that has that retro style VHS feel. Before we head to this next game, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for all the gaming news, reviews, and analysis. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. The Mortusry Assistant was another game that was really popping like maybe a year ago-ish, but again, it's not really one of those games that you considered mainstream. In 1998, Rebecca Owens arrives at the local Riverfields mortuary in Connecticut in order to start her new job as the assistant to her old teacher and the owner of the mortuary, Raymond. However, during her review, Rebecca experiences some strange phenomena, and Raymond decides to send her home early. Later that night, Raymond calls Rebecca back for an emergency night shift, but when she arrives, Raymond locks her in the mortuary and informs her that a demon is attempting to possess her. The only way to stop it is to find the cadaver the demon is hiding in, use a special ritual to bind the demon to the cadaver, and then burn it in the mortuary's incinerator, all while performing her regular duties of properly embalming the cadavers for burial. Rebecca is meanwhile hampered by the demon, who will try to interfere with her work through hallucinations and manipulating her senses. But here's the catch. If Rebecca survives the night, Raymond explains now that she has been targeted by the demon. It will continue to haunt her for the rest of her life, so she has no choice but to continue to work at the mortuary to ward it away. This story is really crazy and it's super terrifying. It's known to scare people who don't even get scared easily. It will send shivers up your spine. On to our next game, Devotion. Devotion is a first-person, atmospheric horror game depicting the life of a family shadowed by religious belief. Explore a 1980s Taiwan apartment complex, lost in time gradually shift into a hellish nightmare. Delve into vows each member of the family has made and witness their devotion. As you push through each memory, uncovering the layers of each mystery, you may find buried in this home the unsettling truth of those who lived here. This game really reminds me of the game What Remains of Edith Finch. That kind of has the same thing to do with figuring out each family member and figuring out their little stories about how they died. I always find those games like super interesting because it tells like crazy stories and they're always so detailed and like unique. Next, we have a game called The Forest. As the lone survivor of a passenger jet crash, you find yourself in a mysterious forest, battling to stay alive against a society full of cannibalistic mutants. Build, explore, survive in this terrifying first-person survival horror simulator. This game came from a very small team, and it came out really good. The graphics look pretty good too for it to be such a small team. A horror game that you could play with up to 4 people is almost unheard of, especially for it to be one that's actually good. Phasmophobia is a 4-player online co-op psychological horror. Paranormal activity is on the rise, and it's up to you and your team to use all of the ghost hunting equipment at your disposal in order to gather as much evidence as you can. Use your ghost hunting equipment to find and record evidence to sell onto a ghost removal team. This is definitely one of the more fun Halloween type games because you get to play with multiple people. It's not just a solo experience for you to get scared by yourself. Following up, we have a game named SOMA. The radio is dead, food is running out, and the machines have started to think they are the people. Underwater facility Pathos 2 has suffered an intolerable isolation, and we're going to have to make some tough decisions. But what can be done, what makes sense, and what is left to fight for? Enter the world of SOMA and face horrors buried deep beneath the ocean waves. Delve through locked terminals and secret documents to uncover the truth behind the chaos. But be careful, dangers lurk in every corner, corrupted humans, twisted creatures, insane robots, and even an indestructible, omnipresent AI. There's no fighting back. Either you outsmart your enemies or you get ready to run. This game can be very scary to a lot of people because I know there's already a lot of people who are getting scared that AI and robots and stuff is gonna start taking over, so if you're scared of that kind of stuff, you might want to stay away.
Are you human?
Sarah Lindwall, payload technician at your service. A rare sight, am I right?
I'd say so. You're the first normal living human I've seen.
There's not many left down here. Most of them are up on the plateau.
You mean at Omicron?
Yeah.
There's no one alive at Omicron.
Last but certainly not least, we have Alien Isolation. Discover the true meaning of fear in this game, set in an atmospheric of constant dread and mortal danger. 15 years after the events of Alien, Ellen Ripley's daughter Amanda enters a desperate battle for survival, on a mission to unravel the truth behind her mother's disappearance. As Amanda, you will navigate through an increasingly volatile world as you find yourself confronted on all sides by a panicked, desperate population and unpredictable, ruthless alien. Unpowered and unprepared, you must scavenge resources, improvise solutions, and use your wits not just to succeed in your mission, but to simply stay alive. Have you guys ever played any of these horror games? Let me know down in the comments below, and did I give you any to try at least? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Pause for now, play forever. AK out.